Hi guys, it's my live watch along for the F1 2020 round 13. Right, it's the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Right, at Imola, so we call it Grand Prix. Yeah, so come and join me and see if Hamilton can take one step closer to that seventh world title. So, yes, I do apologise for yesterday. Was complete. Honestly, I completely forgot. I thought it was next weekend, but obviously it was this weekend, and therefore missed the qualifying session. So I do apologise for that. But what I will do is I'll bring up the starting grid for today's Grand Prix. Right, obviously that's not going to work. And what I'll do is I'll do that instead. Right, share screen. Share the screen with you right now. And so here we've got on first position, Bottas beats Hamilton by a tenth of a second to pole position. Max Verstappen, obviously third. Pierre Gasly, a surprise fourth in the AlphaTauri. They say Toro Rosso, but it's AlphaTauri. Ricciardo fifth. Great performance again by the Renault. Albon again is not performing as well as Verstappen or as well as the Red Bull should be. It should be fourth, but he lines up sixth. Charles Leclerc seventh, the fastest of the two Ferraris yet again, outperforming at Ferrari. Toro Rosso, Danny Kvyat is in eighth, or AlphaTauri's Danny Kvyat, sorry. Lando Norris in ninth, alongside his teammate Carlos Sainz Jr., which is a bit disappointing in McLaren's eyes, especially as they were leading parts of the start of the Grand Prix last weekend. Sergio Perez is in 11th in the Racing Point. Esteban Ocon 12th in the Renault. George Russell 13th in the Williams. Great performance by him yet again, even beating Vettel in the Ferrari, who lines up 14th. Stroll 15th. Grosjean 16th. Kevin Magnussen 17th. Again, another disappointing Haas performance. Kimi Raikkonen, a poor 18th. A poor 19th for Latifi. And back of the grid is Alfa Romeo's Antonio Giovinazzi. So, with that, I measure, is the lockdown true or is it? Yes, it'll come into effect on Thursday, a 2 week or a month, sorry, um, sort of circuit breaker as they're calling it. Yeah, it is true about the lockdown. So it's just one of those things we have to go through again. But um, yeah, so it's what do you? There's nothing you can do really, but just try and find things to do other than going out. um, but yeah, let me know your thoughts about today's Grand Prix. Um, who's going to be fronting the who's going to be defeat Verstappen can challenge the Mercedes. All right, will Hamilton beat Bottas off the start again? Uh, I mean, if I believe if Hamilton and Bottas, the Mercedes team, outscore Red Bull by I think 33 points, they win the constructors' championship. In some scenario, if Hamilton wins and Verstappen doesn't finish somewhere, I think if he finishes third or something, he will be out of the running. That will be Verstappen out of the running for the title, and yet again, the title will go to either Bottas and Hamilton. So, by the look of it, the titles could be sealed in terms of which constructor is going to win the both championships. But yeah, surprising result by the AlphaTauri in fourth. Unbelievable. Right, and don't forget, it's AlphaTauri being at their home Grand Prix as well. It's the third race in Italy this season, and in fact they've won in Monza with Gasly. Now he's fourth, starting off the grid. Just shows they've had a pretty decent season, a pretty very good car, and a very decent season. So race starts will be in about 10 minutes or so. Obviously, later we've got. Sorry, excuse me. Obviously, later we've got the watch along for Arsenal Man United. Um, yeah, that's going to be another big game in the Premier League, and one I really, really want to win. I really, really want to win. Just because it's always been a big rivalry for me personally. Growing up watching Wenger and Fergie fight out. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That should be a very entertaining game. Um, very fierce. Hopefully, it's a very good attacking Grand Prix. That Grand Prix game, rather than cancelling each other out and being scared not to concede. As the drivers at the front of the grid doing their end of racism campaign. Do you know what? I really want this Grand Prix, this circuit back on the calendar. I've always loved the Imola Circuit. I think it's a great circuit to race on, and when they took it away after 2006, it was disappointing, to be fair. Obviously, that would make the last winner of the Grand Prix at Imola in would would have been Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari, as he was fighting the top for his 8th title with Fernando Alonso. Well, 3 times we've had this Italian national anthem. Well, 4 times. Obviously, I think that's probably the closest Ferrari going to get to actually hearing their national anthem in the Grand Prix. Like either at the start or when AlphaTauri have won a Grand Prix. So, yeah, please, like as well as like, share, subscribe. Like, let us know your predictions. Top 3 prediction. Yeah, top 3 prediction would be great. Me, I'm going for. Obviously, I want Hamilton to win, but I think it'd be a Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen, because it's such a must-win race for Bottas now. He has to win, like, in order to keep up with Hamilton, and probably rely on Hamilton to have some sort of reliability issue. First year at uni is decent, but less enjoyable. If you are commuting week, how should I? Well, organise things with. Obviously, at the minute, we're going back into lockdown, so we can't. But when we're out of lockdown, like, arrange things with your friends, like meals out after uni, um, things during a weekend outside of uni. Yeah, like just if you are more sociable, if you are very sociable in your group, year group, um, then usually you'll know what's going on in terms of going out and what people are doing during the weekend, and if they're meeting up for drinks or anything like that. So yeah, but obviously respecting obviously the rules at the minute. Like I said, we're going back into lockdown, and then when we come out of that, it's probably very strict with it with restrictions. So it's just trying to think of ways of doing things that will be um, responsible as well as enjoyable. But yeah, please keep your comments coming in, and we'll get them read out as soon as they come through. As the drivers now prepare to get into the cars. And actually, last time they raced it, I think last time they raced at Imola, they I think that pit lane's been extended. Because it used to be a chicane literally at the last two corners, but it's not there anymore. Oh no. Uh-huh. Well, reports are just coming for the start of this race that Honda are not happy with Pierre Gasly's power unit. If that could mean, hopefully that doesn't mean he ends up not being able to start the race or having problems during the race, because I think he should be awarded for that qualifying performance. Right, with at least some points out of this Grand Prix. Pierre Gasly going for a Senna-styled helmet. Actually, there is a chicane now. I've just seen it. No. No. So yeah, they did have a last corner. I think with this, it's you ever have used the straight and ignore the last corner or include it. I think hopefully not including it gives people more chance to overtake. I think that's probably why they didn't use it. Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, please don't tell me he's got just adjusting Hamilton's seat quickly. Luckily, they're getting it sorted before you're actually due in to be in the car. At least by I think 2 minutes before the formation lap, everyone should be away from the car and you should be in the car ready. It was Hamilton's. So just adjustments to the seat. Oh, not long now. I think it's just gone to 10 minutes. Emilia-Romagna, that's how you say it. No, this is old school. On this Abu Dhabi new, like 10 ton of runoff area rubbish. 3.0 miles. They're going to use one DRS zone for this as well. Maybe out of 14, 15 could have used it, but there you go. Huh. Be interesting to see how the tyres last as well. Obviously, being the first time Pirelli run the tyres on this circuit, and plus it'd be sort of the first time in years that they've also run on full fuel at the start of the Grand Prix. Don't seem to be been reporting too many issues over the weekend. We've got Ricciardo 5th, Albon 6th, Leclerc 7th, Kvyat 8th, the two McLarens 9th and 10th, Perez 11th, Ocon 12th, Russell 13th, Sebastian Vettel again in 14th, Stroll 15th, Grosjean 16th, Magnussen 17th with Raikkonen 18th. Then Latifi with Giovinazzi bringing up the rear. So Verstappen on the medium. Senna Gasly, obviously with that Senna helmet. Both Mercedes are on the mediums as well. So obviously they feel that the softer tyre is not going to last. And they're off for the formation lap now. And the predictions for pit stops, one stop, lap 26 to 36 on a medium to soft. Then all the other options, soft to medium, lap 22 to 32. So they're not thinking they're going to need to use the hard tyre unless probably there's a very early safety car. Clear view of a Bottas using the DAS system on the Mercedes. This is a must win for Bottas. Mercedes 435 points to Red Bull's 226 in the Constructors' Championship. And the previous winners from this Grand Prix is 2006 Schumacher, 2005 Alonso, 2004, 3 and 2, all by Michael Schumacher. That's about 14 years ago now. As they now come up to form the grid. Don't know, mate. I always get nervous. Yeah. So basically, if one of them finishes, if one of the Mercedes finish in the top three, they have got even top four. No, yeah, top four. Then they win the Constructors' Championship. The first consecutive 7 consecutive titles. There's 5 lights on. And we're off. Who's got the Bottas here? Bottas got a good start. Hamilton's having to cover off Verstappen. It's all the entire down, and Verstappen split them. Verstappen's got ahead of Hamilton. It's just about clean so far. This is great about an old circuit. It's so tight. But bad news for Hamilton there, because he knows Bottas will scamper into the distance. And we've got a spinner. One of the Hasses looks like Grosjean. No, Magnussen. And you can see Bottas now using the opportunity, scampering away. Apparently, it could have been Vettel that hit Magnussen. He's currently 15th, dropped a place on the start. Leclerc's up to 6th from 7th, jumping Albon at the start. And Ricciardo's jumped Gasly for 4th. Stroll was in with a damaged front wing, so it looks like he was in contact with Magnussen as well. Right, we'll see it now. First turn. Trying to go around the outside. No, you're not going to be able to get through there. No. Tried to sneak for a gap that was going to close by Ocon. So he got a good start, Hamilton, but Verstappen in the next part of it just got a lot better start and a lot better momentum. So by turn 1, he'd already jumped him. And the reason Gasly's probably dropped the place is that he saw an opportunity as Hamilton Verstappen were fighting and quickly had to get out of the gap that was closing. Just about stayed in front of Leclerc. And it was Vettel. It was Vettel who tangled with the Haas. And Hamilton getting closer to Verstappen. Right, Hamilton. Oh, that's very close. There's a piece of debris right on the edge of the circuit. Whether they needed to pick that up, I don't know. Hopefully shouldn't. So at the minute, for the minute, Mercedes are constructors champions if it stays like this. Problem is that Hamilton is just about in DRS range, but the second sector's again so much hard to follow another car means he's not close enough. But then Carlos Sainz is close enough to Norris to get round the outside. And investigation between Vettel and Magnussen. If anyone's to blame, it'd be Vettel. It looks like again Leclerc, though he's sick, is struggling to keep in front of everyone behind him and is starting to sort of make a train, which has been quite frequent in recent Grand Prix by Ferrari. Mm. Ferrari really are starting to hold up Albon, Kvyat, Sainz, Norris, right? As Gasly and Ricciardo gradually pull away, right? Then we've got the usual suspects up top. Oh no, no, Gasly's not going to get any points from this Grand Prix. Terminal issue on the car with the power unit, and those. Damn it. So Gasly out of this Grand Prix with that failure, which promotes Leclerc up to fifth now with Albon sixth, and probably is going to relieve the pressure of Ricciardo. Oh, what's happening there? Ugh. Hamilton's having to back off Verstappen at the minute. Probably overheating. Just problem is that second sector you can't follow through it. So when you get to the last corner, you're not close enough. Unless you're 2 seconds quicker than the driver in front in those corners. So I mean, even here, Norris managed to keep it ahead of Perez despite the DRS. As there's an early stop already, Giovinazzi. Bottas. Just been told target -6, which would mean he would stop 6 laps before his scheduled pit stop or predicted where they'll pit. But in saying that, he's just set at 1:19.0, fastest lap of all. Russell pits from 14th. And then Hamilton also sending reports that his tyres aren't great either. So their tyre lap predictions are looking a bit out at the minute. Leclerc pits. Norris is in. Ocon is in. Very early pit stops here. And Ricardo, Albon, De Vries are now in as well for the harder tyre. Ooh, big lock up by Charles Leclerc there. Nearly went into the Renault in front. Valtteri Bottas from New Fast an 18.9. So most of the rest of the pack, apart from the top three, are just reacting to each other's pit stops. Tyre degradation is obviously way out of what they predicted. Now it's a question to see what the top three do. Bottas has been told everything you've got. It probably means he's going to be pitting. any lap soon. Oh, R1 squeezing around the outside of Kvyat. Nearly took Kvyat's front wing off as well in the process. Beautiful move. Now Albon will set on Leclerc. And another fastest lap by Bottas again. Oh. Oh no, it was actually Albon. It was actually Kvyat that nearly went up the inside of him. My mistake. Now Science is on pitting. Science nearly got in front of Kvyat there. But since Kvyat was coming down the straight about 200 mile an hour, Science just out the pits. There was no way he was going to be able to compete. And Verstappen bites the cherry. Right, Hamilton and the rest will have to respond. So Bottas responding to Verstappen's pit stop. So Bottas comes out and covers Verstappen, and Hamilton's going to extend. So Hamilton's going to stay out and try and see if he can go faster. He's got nothing to lose, to be honest. The only position going to come out in this third. So why not? So the gap still is extending a little bit. It's now 24 seconds. You want around about 28 seconds to be able to get out in front. Hamilton's 24 seconds in front of Bottas, so he needs 4 seconds really, which is a lot. It is a lot. But then, if there's anyone who can, it's Hamilton. Oh, Valtteri has got damage to the floor. Now, will that help give Hamilton the gap if he keeps pushing? So at the minute, Bottas is, with that damage to the floor, is now starting to hold up Verstappen. It's now down to Hamilton. Can he extend that gap, get that gap up before he gets back markers? He's 4 tenths quicker apparently per lap. He's now at 25 seconds. Hamilton again, another 4 tenths already. Another fastest lap. 1:17.8. Come on. Come on. Hamilton, Verstappen having charging issues. Very slow charge up on his batteries, which gives you the extra power of 160. And at the minute, Hamilton could either not might be in front of Bottas, but get in front of Verstappen. Come on, Hamilton, get a bit more. Come on. No. Come on. One more second. Just one more second. One more second. Come on. That's how much he's pushing. Hamilton getting a warning flag. Track limits. So he's really pushing. Gap changing all the time, but adding the gap up, it's here. Just like it's a first 28-second gap to Verstappen, 26 to Bottas, 26.5. It's just not enough to get in front, but probably in front of Verstappen. Oh, and Ricardo right round the outside. Magnussen, last of the late breakers. And now Kevin Magnussen facing a challenge from Leclerc. Leclerc still trying to get round the outside. And this time Leclerc gets past Magnussen. Yes. And now Albon's coming down and having some. I think, oh, you don't want to be overtaken there. Jeez. And now Danny Kvyat wants to get in the action here as it comes to the chicane. But Magnussen holding his drivers up was creating such a sort of interesting race while we're keeping an eye on what's going on at the front. And Hamilton, how has that 28-second gap to Verstappen? Come on. Come on, Hamilton, please. Come on. You can do this. Just a bit more, just a bit more. .1 Verstappen. 28. Oh, please, please, yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. Come on, safety car. Bring a safety car. If there's a safety car, it is Hamilton's. It's double yellows at the moment. This is why Hamilton sets a new lap, fast lap. Yes! It's a virtual safety car. Oh! Oh no! Now Woody had the gap anyway, but Hamilton can just cruise into the pits, right? Pull up a newspaper, right? And knowing that by the time he gets out, he is going to be ahead. It's just wait, brakes, hot brakes. Now it's green flag, but they've already lost so much time. So he is now, bye-bye, mission already. He's now 4 seconds clear of Bottas, and Hamilton takes the lead. And the virtual safety car lasted 15 seconds, something like that. It would have happened at the exact moment Hamilton needed to pit. That's such a coincidence. I mean, such rotten luck for Bottas, to be honest, but and then everyone can jump saying it's luck, it's this, it's that. It is Hamilton. Hamilton, for a number of those seconds, had to pump the laps in. Otherwise, he may not even been able to retain the lead anyway, because he was still trundling down the pit lane as the virtual safety car was ended. So mathematically, if it stays as it is and Hamilton gets fastest lap on top of that, then Verstappen will not be able to challenge for the title. It will be either Bottas or Hamilton. Like last year, it'd be one of the Mercedes drivers at the end. So we are 30. That's it. Yeah, we're just gone over half distance. We're at lap 34 now. Now, is Bottas going to be able to stay in front of Verstappen? I don't know. I don't think Verstappen hitting so early has got the tyres for it. And he's gone way wide. So unless there's any problems, it looks like a foregone conclusion. Unless Verstappen can find a way past Bottas. Because Bottas has not got the pace to keep up with Hamilton. Clearly, he's now 6 seconds down on Hamilton. Latifi pits from 6th or 7th and will rejoin in 15th. Wow. So apparently that lap two he's been on and Verstappen never closer because Bottas has made a mistake in the last corner. So it could have been, and apparently, as I was saying, it's Valtteri Bottas apparently looked like he picked up the damage in lap two. They've been told, um, so he'd probably been suffering from that lap onwards. Probably why I stopped him first, and stopped him early, as well as responding to Verstappen. Oh, and Verstappen now again not close enough, despite how fast he is. This is probably the main issue that they want to solve in not 2021 now, 2022, with the new rules to make it easier. So it's not just damage, debris has been lodged in the barge boards of Bottas, and because of the pressure of the pit stops, they couldn't clear it out, and hence why he's now struggling with downforce uh, and aerodynamic stability in the car, because there's no air getting through those barge boards because they've been blocked up by the debris. And Vettel finally pits. Ah, and to be fair, Vettel's had a very good race, but he's had an appalling pit stop. 13-second pit stop. He's now dropped to 14th when he could have been 8th or whatever. Not really, mate, 'cause he's had a fair shot at the championship. It's just Hamilton's been faster. No, worst engine ever. Ha! Yeah, I'm sure that's probably just mention about the song Mercedes Benz is probably Verstappen's. Yeah, that's probably Verstappen's most hated song right now. More like, oh Lord, can you move that Mercedes Benz? Ah, oh, Bottas has gone really wide. Oh no, he's got real problems here. He has gone well wide. And Verstappen, this has got to be his opportunity now. He's got to take this opportunity. Oh, this is going to be fine close. It goes round the outside. And Verstappen finally gets done the move. But Bottas trying to challenge back, but he's not going to. Now, the question is, can Verstappen start putting pressure on Hamilton? And Bottas, this race has gone against him. He doesn't get any luck, to be honest. Like, he hasn't had much luck at all. And yet another record for Hamilton, 5,000 laps. So he's the second ever driver to do that. With Schumacher at 512, 11, 12, something like that. It's just unreal. It's just relentless, record after record. Aston Martin are getting, hang on, mate. Aston Martin are getting Vettel, not Racing Point. Wow, 46 laps on one set of tyres. Considering how everyone stopped so early with degradation, Raikkonen's done 46 laps on the tyres he started on. Not bad. It's got a bit at some point. Magnussen complaining of a headache with the car. Apparently, every time he described it as every time his head up, he's done an upshift, it's like he's kicking ahead. So the team would just ask him if he wants to retire. I think Kimi's just holding out for a safety car, really. The only reason he needs to stay out. That or get on really, really fast, racy, soft tyres. Depends. As Hamilton sets a new fastest lap of a 1:17.7. And Magnussen is retiring, so maybe that was too much for him. And if you're at the points and you're 18th, you might as well. And eventually, Kimi does pit, and they are putting soft tyres on. So they are going for a softer, racier strategy. He comes out 12th, ahead of Vettel. And Russell got himself up, is now up to 11th, thanks to Raikkonen pitting. But problem is, with Raikkonen on the softer tyres, will Russell be able to keep Raikkonen behind is another matter. Don't forget, we got the match watch along for Arsenal Man United this evening. Stream starts at 4 o'clock, kick off at 4:30. We should have some guests on as well, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be an Arsenal 3 points. I mean, one half of my weekend's happy, unless Hamilton has an issue. Which I don't see happening. Then it's the see if Arsenal can actually go to Old Trafford this time and actually win. And Max Verstappen has spun. He's gone off the road with a right rear puncture. Verstappen's out. Verstappen is out. Safety car is out, and something clearly gone wrong with the car at the rear end. So Bottas is pitted. So Max Verstappen comes up to the second chicane, and yeah, so it's just an automatic failure on the right hand side. Just an automatic sort of suspension failure of some sort. So Hamilton's now coming in the pits and should have enough time apparently. Just about gets in front Hamilton. 1.5 seconds left. So close call that was. So it was a failure before he even got to the corner. And George Russell's now out. And he's had a shunt as well. And this is on during the safety car. Wow. He was in the points as well. What was he doing? What's he done here? So Russell is now out of this Grand Prix as well. which could have been a points finish. So Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo third, Leclerc fourth, Albon fifth, Perez pitted and is now sixth, Kvyat seventh, Sainz eighth, Norris is ninth, and Kimi Raikkonen with that alternative strategy is 10th. Wow. A very despondent Russell. No, he could have got points from this Grand Prix. It's just the simplest of mistakes that you wouldn't expect them to see, that wouldn't expect to see. So we are 8 laps left. Right. So they're letting the back markers through. So not long before they restart this. Not long. So find out the cause by Christian Horner. Mm.
No, you just had a treat. No, you just had your treat. You had your treat.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why I hate their driver of the day. Verstappen's driver of the day. He's out of the fucking race. How the fuck is he a driver of the day when he's out of the race? Kimi Raikkonen. I put Kimi Raikkonen up for driver of the day. 46 laps on those tyres, and he's finishing 10th when he started 16th. I don't know. Right, safety car is ending, by the way. And Vettel was having a great race until his the problem with his pit stop. Yeah, Ricciardo's had a decent race as well. Right, Hamilton has, yes, people might say he got lucky with the safety car, but then again, it was him who had to pull out that gap so he could have the gap when he came back out in the safety car. So he's had a great race. So I don't get how Verstappen gets driver of the day when he's not even fucking finishing. And we are right back racing. And it'll be interesting to see what happens here as the fresher people on the fresher side trying to go around. What a move by Perez, running outside the second, and Albon spun. There's contact with Albon. Again. And now Danny Kvyat trying to squeeze his way through around the outside of Leclerc, and he's done so. And he's up into fourth, Danny Kvyat. Now, was there contact? No, he just dropped it. He dropped it by himself. Nearly took out the McLaren of Sainz. One of the McLarens at least. Yeah, Sainz. Jeez. Now Perez sets his sights on Leclerc. Leclerc just holds him off for now. As Hamilton sets a new lap, fastest lap of 1:16.6. And that should be fastest lap as well for Hamilton. It will also mean now Verstappen's out, right? The championship can only be won by either Hamilton or Bottas in terms of the Drivers' Championship. And Albon having a pit for another set of tyres. Great move by Kvyat. Started 8th, now 4th. Another good race. Right. But yet, we all vote for someone who decides to have a tyre failure. Oh, what should have got it? Oh, Perez just is ahead. Kvyat now all over the back of Ricardo now. Another fastest lap by Hamilton, a 1:16.3 as we move to the second to last lap. Incidents, but not a lot of overtaking. Raikkonen gets 18% for driver of the day. Finally. Oh, compared to some Grand Prix, no. Compared to some Grand Prix, there's been more. A 1:15.9 for Hamilton as he starts his final lap. Ricardo looks like he's going to hang on to third. As he comes to the chicane last time, accelerates down to the second to last corner. Comes around the last turn, takes the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, and Mercedes are constructors champions for the 7th consecutive season. The first time it's ever been done by any other constructor. Not even Ferrari in the Schumacher era had done 7 titles on the spin. Unbelievable. What? What? No, there's Turkey, Bahrain twice, Abu Dhabi 4. Yeah, only Bottas. We'll probably get Ricardo to have the Shuri on the podium again. Tell you what, I wouldn't drink out of my bloody boot. Okay, so I can. That's what I'll give it to. And with that, it's the end of this stream at least. We'll be back 4 o'clock for Arsenal Man United, which is an eagerly anticipated fixture. And yeah, but Hamilton takes his 93rd Grand Prix win. Mercedes are constructors champions for a second consecutive time, which has been the first time the team's ever done so. Only Bottas can stop Hamilton for the championship now. Yes, Carter, Hamilton did win. In the end, he came first, with Bottas second, Ricciardo third, Verstappen out of the race with an instantaneous failure. But yeah, thanks for everyone who's tuned in. We'll be back, like I said, 4 o'clock. So until then, take care.